Problems aren't problems. They are just things that require our attention and focus. They only become problems when we attach a negative meaning to them. And life is just a series of things that require our attention and focus, and different degrees of attention and focus. It comes back to that one that I cover quite a lot. The majority of your life is determined by A, your ability to take accountability, and B, your perspective on the situation. That's why two people can look at the exact same situation and arrive at vastly different outcomes and points of view on it. Two people can see the same movie, one love it, one hate it. Two people can grow up in the same household. It's the story of the alcoholic father. Two brothers have an alcoholic and abusive father. One never touches a drink in his life. And when asked why he doesn't, his response is, I had an alcoholic and abusive father. The second one is an alcoholic himself. When asked why, he's like, I had an alcoholic and abusive father. Same situation, different outcome. That's a pretty broad spectrum view of it, but there's a lot of truth in how we choose to perceive the situations and how we respond to them. These things matter. These things are choices. These things and how we choose to view them is, often the catalyst of how our life then pans out. As I said, problems aren't problems. They're just things that arise that require our attention and focus. And what we give our attention and focus to is what manifests in our life. So if everything's always a big issue and I have to deal with this problem and that problem and, all that kind of stuff, shockingly, you'll find that your life is always full of problems. Whereas if it's just this thing arose, okay, cool. Well, today I had to, I gave some attention and focus and I dealt with this. It's not a problem. It's not anything. It just is. And we give the power to situations by how we focus on things and what we think about them and the choices that we make around them. And it comes back to that one, as I say all the time, the hardest day and the greatest day of your life is the day that you realize that everything is all your fault. Because when you realize it's all your fault, you also take back all the control. You now have the opportunity to do something different. You now have the opportunity to make different choices. You now have the opportunity to live a very different life and show up in a very different way. These are the things that matter, and it applies to all the situations. So I was having a conversation to a client this morning about it, and we're talking about, everyone says that these are my feelings, therefore it is. Oh, I'm sad today. Oh, why are you sad? Oh, because I'm sad. Don't be sad, be happy. Yeah, that's a really crude and simple way of putting it, but it's also the reality of the choice. That you are in control. If you're just sad because you are, make a different choice. Choose to be happy instead. It does become that way. And it's how you spin these choices. I'm tired today. I can make that as truthful as I want it to be. And I could then attach further meaning to that, making it a problem. And being like, I'm tired today. I don't really feel up to doing my work. I don't feel up to doing my workout. I don't feel up to pushing through or, insert whatever fucking excuse I want on top of that. Or, I could be like, I'm tired today. Okay? Let's assume that that's just a fact. I often feel that the tiredness comes from lack of motivation and drive, or lack of fulfillment, or lack of enjoyment in what you're doing. But, let's assume that's a fact. I am tired today. Okay. What can I attach to that can shift that into a positive situation. Well, I'm tired today. Great. That's fucking awesome. Gives me an opportunity to overcome. Gives me an opportunity to test my mental fortitude. Gives me an opportunity to push forward when I don't feel like it. Fan-fucking-tastic. That's the shit I live for. Comes down to that stuff with, why we do demanding greatness, why it is the way it is, why it is every single day. Because, well, life isn't always going to be rainbows and butterflies. It ain't going to be cupcake and fairy bread. It's going to be a fucking choice on how you view it. And on top of that, if you as a man come out every single day and go, I'm going to consciously and deliberately do hard shit. I'm going to do things that make me absolutely uncomfortable. I'm going to find a way to push forward and do the stuff that is necessary. Well, if I choose to do uncomfortable shit, if I choose to put a weight on my shoulder and fucking trudge it out, rain, hail, or shine, when, those quote-unquote problems are thrown at me, suddenly they seem like nothing. It's just another day, just another thing that requires my attention. Just it's something that gives me an opportunity to solve. You have the opportunities in your life to show up as a different person, but it comes down to those choices. Oh, I don't have time today. I don't feel like it. Today's getting away from me. Or is it an opportunity to figure out where you can make the time? It's an opportunity to look at how you're utilizing your choices. It's an opportunity to question where you put that time and what you're going to use it for. There is always opportunities to do things if you're willing to find the opportunity and the perspective to do it. It's like people tell me all the time that they just don't have time to exercise. That's a perspective thing. I can fucking guarantee you that you have time. Like, unquestionably, you have time. You're just making choices. And we can debate whether they're valid choices or not, but you make choices. Everybody has time. The question becomes what you're going to utilize that time on. Now, the correct answer is time to build and provide for my family. Absolutely. Time to spend quality time with my family. Absolutely. The rest? The rest of that is your choice. The rest of that is your decision. The rest of that is that really serving you? And for some reason, that still makes me laugh. That's a horrendous question to ask. Hey, what are you using that time for? What's all that time you're spending it on? Because I'll be honest, I spend a large amount of time with my family, especially with my kids, every day. Like, quite a significant amount of time, and I love it. It's fucking fantastic. I still work a lot. I still work out. 45 minutes of weight training, 45-minute weighted walk every single day. There are times to do those kinds of things. It comes down to what are you using the other time for? The days that I watch TV and the days that I end up doom scrolling on social media, those are the days where I'm like, oh shit, I neglected other areas. It wasn't because of my workout that I didn't do the other things. No. And if I'm being brutally honest with myself, it's usually the work side of things that gets neglected. It's not my children. But people want to jump up and down and be like, well, you're a dick. You should spend quality time with your family. Maybe just don't be a knob jockey, mate. And realize that you can spend quality time with your family and work out. I know. Gobsmacking things. We discussed this the other day, the nuanced position in this whole thing, that you can do both. It's crazy. But people don't want to look at it that way. They want extremes to defend their position. They want to attach all these meanings to it as to why they can't do it and why it's different for other people. It's not. They just make better decisions. And at the end of the day, that's all that separates us in life, is the decisions that we make. Those who have things that you want, that you claim you must have, that are your most important things, those who have it, when you don't, all they did was make different decisions. And this is the separator. That they chose to, quote unquote, sacrifice things that are unimportant. But people want to defend how they need these things, how they'd be deprived, how their life wouldn't have meaning without these things, how it's not that simple. Well, Buttercup, I hate to break it to you, but it is that simple. It comes back to that one that upsets me as well in some of the areas of my life. But your life is a direct reflection of your choices. Aren't happy with your life? Make better fucking choices. And as I said, I can see the times, I can see the days, and I can see the moments when I spend time wasting, pissing it away on social media, on TV, on those kinds of things. Never fucking once has it been my wife or children who have suffered from that. They're not the ones who are missing out on time. But those choices then affect that I end up staying up late and my sleep for my workouts, or I don't do as much work as I know I should. Which in turn, actually I lied. It does affect my wife and children when I don't do that. And that's why I work really hard to not give in to the sedation, to not give in to the easy route, to not give in to the shit that doesn't fucking matter. Because spending time on social media, TV, these kinds of things doesn't serve you. It is not creating value. It is not progressing your life. And you need to make decisions based on the things that truly, truly matter to you. Because, well, it's not a problem. It's just a decision that you've made and something that requires attention. So stop turning all your things into problems. Stop defending your mediocrity and make a better decision around the things that you truly want from this life. It's time to start, well, demanding your greatness.